Welcome to the Lightbox-3 Hotspot tutorial. Today, we'll be going through the following aspects of the Hotspot application. First, we'll be looking at accessing the Lightbox-3 Manager. Then, we'll be looking at adding content to Lightbox-3. Next, we'll be creating a hotspot screen. And finally, we'll look at adding interactive hotspots. To access the manager, hold the bottom left corner of the screen for 5 seconds. You will now see a series of on-screen options. Choose the Launch Manager option to access the CMS. You will need to enter a PIN number. This will be set as default to 874-100. However, the number can be changed in the settings. The first step in creating a hotspot screen is to upload the content we intend to use to create the screen. This will include the background for your hotspot screen, as well as optional multimedia that can be activated as hotspot annotations. You first need to head to the Library tab and drag and drop in your media. As you can see, these options near the top of the screen will filter your media in different ways. For more information on this, please watch the Lightbox-3 overview video. Now that we have uploaded content onto the manager, we can make a start on our first hotspot screen. Within the Screens tab, you will need to press the plus icon, and then select Hotspot. As you can see, our hotspot screen is split into 4 different sections. First is General, second is Hotspots, the third is Theme, and lastly, Layout. You will notice that some tabs on the left are disabled. This is because you first need to set your hotspot base media. This is the main image or looping video that you will be attaching hotspot content to. In other words, your hotspot background. So, let's first give your hotspot screen a name, and then set your hotspot background. Choose your desired background from the list of media you've imported, be it an image or looping video. Now let's add our first hotspot. We'll be creating an image hotspot, but other types are also available, including text, for labels, and box, ideal for adding frames or invisible buttons. Lightbox provides a selection of preset images you can use out of the box, and colorization options to make it your own. But we will be using our own image from the library. Now let's position our hotspot. The first thing we should set is the hotspot's pivot point. This is the point on the hotspot image that attaches to the base media. In this case, it is the bottom center of the marker. To move the hotspot, press the Move button at the top of the settings panel, drag the marker into position, and click Finished. Finally, scale or resize the marker to the desired size. To entice users to press the hotspot, effects can be added individually or in combination. Now we need to tell our hotspot what to do when pressed. You can pop up media and text within the current screen, or choose to open other screens. You can also open a website if you have the Lightbox browser application. We'll be displaying media in the current screen. Select the media you wish to display and add it to your hotspot. You can share your media content in different ways, including anchored, windowed, and full screen. For this hotspot, we'll be using the anchored pop-up. Set the text options you wish to display alongside the media. You can also add voiceover audio which will play when the hotspot has been pressed. We can now go back to the General tab to preview how this hotspot will look when pressed. Media in an anchored pop-up can be viewed full screen when pressed. To make hotspots more responsive, we can set a different style when it has been pressed. Let's set an alternative image for this hotspot. We now have a fully functioning hotspot. I'm now going to add the rest. We've covered many of the basics, and will now be delving into further customization. Much of your additional customization can be found in the Layout tab. The Layout tab allows you to adjust several aspects of your hotspot screen, including the size of the buttons. Use the Behavior panel to customize how your hotspot media is displayed and interacted with. The default display mode is Map, which provides a more immersive experience, preventing users from scrolling beyond the media boundaries. The Sheet option allows the media to be fully zoomed out with additional margin in order to fit the screen. There are also options for scrolling and zooming behavior. The initial view is what users will see when they first enter the hotspot screen. By default, the base media will be zoomed out fully. To change the initial view, ensure scrolling and zooming are enabled, zoom, and scroll to the desired location, then press Set to Current View. Scrolling and zooming can then be disabled if you wish, locking the screen to this area. After adding content to a hotspot, you will notice a new tab called Media Viewer. This is where you can customize how your media is displayed when in full screen. You will notice you'll have a similar range of options but with extra features. You can limit the amount of information to show, or you can enable and disable features, such as zooming and swiping between items. Add context to your screen with titles, description, and voiceover audio in the General tab. You can change how this information is displayed in the Layout tab, in a panel on the left or the right-hand side of the screen, with various sizing options. Or as a button, which shows a pop-up when pressed, and optionally when you enter the screen. Enhance your hotspot screen further by organizing your hotspots into interactive categories or tags. First enable, then add your tags. By default, a tag won't be shown unless it's been added to a hotspot, but we can force them to be displayed if desired. To add a tag to a hotspot, select the hotspot in question, scroll down to Hotspot Tags, click the Add button, and select the tag or tags you wish to add. The hotspot can now be switched on and off by toggling the tag in the tag selector. I'm now going to add tags to all our hotspots. You can customize various elements, such as icons and backgrounds, in the Themes section. We recommend you experiment here, by setting your current screen in the preview and seeing what can be changed. Note that a background selected for a theme will be obscured by the Hotspot base media. You can create multiple Hotspot screens and access them via a menu if you wish. But for this tutorial, we'll set our single Hotspot screen as our home screen, like so. Now you can view your Hotspot screen in action by pressing the red launch button. Congratulations! You've now completed the Hotspot tutorial. If you have any further questions, don't hesitate to get in touch. For more information and tutorials, head to blackbox-av.co.uk/Lightbox. Thank you for watching.